Now we'll speak of various forms of prayer: blessing and adoration, thanksgiving, petition, and intercession. Every once in a while, it's good for us to take a step back and to look at, almost in a certain sense, take a gallup poll of our prayer life. How much of our prayer time is focused on blessing, adoration, and thanksgiving? How much of it is focused on petition and intercession? I think what most of us find is that as we do that beautiful kind of contemplative exercise, is that most of us realize that we need to do more forms of prayer and expressions of prayer that are focused on blessing, adoration, thanksgiving. I think one of the great guides that we can use, and in a certain sense it's a beautiful way to start a period of mental prayer, is the newly translated Gloria. That little section: we praise you, we bless you, we adore you, we glorify you, we give you thanks for your great glory. That very prayer lifts us out of our egotism, lifts us out of our fallen tendency towards narcissism, and lifts us up into God's glory and beauty. It's precisely when we forget ourselves and focus on the glory of God and praise and bless and give thanks for it, that we become the instruments of the new evangelization that God is calling us to. That whole emphasis on blessing and adoration, when we allow, and thanksgiving, when we allow our souls to be lifted by blessing and adoration, there's a deeper sense of communion with God. So often our capacity to bless and adore, to praise and thank God is very connected intimately to our experiences of the power of the cross of Jesus Christ. When we suffer, when we go through humiliations or contradictions or tough times in life, it's almost the fuel and power of the cross that can, in a certain sense, lift us to that beautiful spirit of blessing, praise, adoration, thanksgiving. The Eucharist is, and our Masses are, a beautiful prayer of thanksgiving that incorporates every dimension, every note of prayer. And so it's so important for us to be able to balance that blessing, adoration, thanksgiving with that beautiful spirit of petition and intercession. Petition and intercession are beautiful and important. All of us are called to have that global universal Catholic heart that reaches out in the historical crises of the world and that takes a contemplative spirit of global prayer for the crises and pains and sufferings of the world. Pope Francis has been raising our consciousness about the connection between contemplative prayer and meeting the global needs of the poor, the hungry, the refugee, the immigrant, those who are suffering from any sort of dislocation or the experience of war. There's a mysterious connection between our spirit of contemplative prayer and the needs and hungers of the world.